In the previous lecture, I have explained fully by using a dry test how we can go in for inserting a new element and deleting an element from a queue. And it will be very easy for you to understand the algo that I am going to present to you. So this is an algo to insert an element into a queue, right? So in this algo, I am assuming that the size of the array that is representing the queue is n. Total number of elements are n. Again, I repeat it. I would be assuming that the subscript is starting from 1, right? And when we will be writing C program, the subscript will of course start from 0, not 1. Okay. So the first check I will make is, because I am going to insert, the first thing I will have to do is I will have to check out whether there is a place left in the queue or not, whether any element is can be inserted or not. So I have explained fully in the previous lecture, if front is equal to 1 and rear is equal to n, or front is equal to rear plus 1, or, then I will print the message queue overflow error, right? And then we will return the control back to the calling algorithm. This is end of it. Now, I'm going to make the check if front is equal to null and rear is equal to null. Let me tell you clearly, here null represents 0. You can also write 0 if front is equal to 0, or you can write rear is equal to and rear is equal to 0. So null is equivalent to 0 here. So don't worry. If front is equal to null and rear is equal to null, that means, what does that mean? It means right now the queue is empty. Only then front and rear both will be null. Then we can say set front colon is equal to rear colon is equal to 1. That means we are going to assign 1 to the variable rear as well as to the variable front. Because queue was empty, only one element is going to be inserted into the queue, right? So what will happen is, because we are just going to start out, so we will be making the value of front and rear both 1. I again want to repeat what I have repeated in what I have told you in the previous lecture, that when value of front and rear is equal, that means there is only one element. So one element is going to be there. And in this case, that is the only single value, that the very first value which is going to be inserted into the queue. Else, if this condition is false, we are going to check if rear is equal to n. That means when the value of rear has reached n. In that case, in the previous lecture, I have explained to you, if this situation arises, we are going to set the value of rear as 1. And what if both the conditions are true? That means it is a normal situation and we are just going to increment the value of rear by 1. So because we have taken care of assigning the value to rear, now what we will do is we are ready to insert the value into our queue. So queue is the array which is representing our queue. So set queue rear colon is equal to val. Val is nothing else, but this is the new value to be assigned to the queue in the rear.